Hey, good afternoon. Blessings and peace. Yes, yes, yes. I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Happy New Year. I said I didn't have no more Happy New Year in me, but I guess I got to have one more since I got the insurance agent on the phone, professional on the phone. Amen. I'm so glad that she is here with us. So today I want to talk a little bit about which I think is important. I think it's relatively important. Mary, thank you so much for taking out the time to speak with my audience and my viewers as well, because life insurance is important. And I want you to give us a little backdrop of the importance of having life insurances, and how we can navigate even if we have pre-existing conditions. We'll get into that in a few minutes, but I really want to talk about the importance of having life insurance. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Put your comments and concerns in the chat area, and we look to hear from you. And let's talk about it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that you invited me, that you thought enough about me to have me to come on and talk about life insurance where I am so passionate about it because it is so important, especially with us black people. We don't get life insurance. We just get it burial insurance. That's what we get. But there's more to life insurance than just burial insurance. And then there's a difference between the life insurances that people don't know about. So, what life insurance is about is for protection. What do I mean by that? So, we supposed to buy enough life insurance that it will keep our lifestyle going after your spouse is gone or whoever you're leaving it to. After they're gone, then they're supposed to continue to live the lifestyle that they were accustomed to living, and that's what life insurance is all about. But we think it's for burial only, but it's not. So if I had a spouse and he was making $5,000 a month and our bills are 5,000 and he passed away, we both working, but he passed away, I can't fulfill where he was, because my paycheck is not as big as those bills are. So I have to have enough life insurance build up so that I can keep living the lifestyle I'm living as if he was here. And also we have something called buy term and invest the difference. So you buy the life insurance and then you invest the difference. So you invest enough so that when you get to be like 80 years old, you don't need life insurance because you've built up enough money that you can pay for the burial, for the church, for the funeral home. You have built up enough. I've been in this business for about 12 years. I
Okay.
love it. I'm very passionate about it. I love helping our families be protected. And so, are there any questions for me so far?
Well, I think the relative part about life insurance as a whole, um, a lot of people are afraid to get life insurance. A lot of people think they're too young to get life insurance. In terms of, when they start in families, they think it's, well, I got time to get life insurance. I know that you've come across some unexpected situations with some of your clients, um, that
Yeah.
that
So let me.
they. Mhm.
There was this young guy. I was in a nail shop, and he came into the nail shop, and I asked him. I said, "Well, do you have any life insurance?" And he was like, "I'm not gonna die." What do you mean you're not gonna die? Everybody's gonna die. No, I'm not gonna die, so I don't need any. That took me aback because we know that everybody is going to die. Yes, I've run into a lot of situations. And now you can get a policy as young as 18 years old. At first it was 25, but now you can get a policy as young as 18 years old. And the younger you are, let me say that, the less it costs.
The better it is. I want
The
to say it like that. Is Can I say it like that? The,
Say it like that. The
the
younger you are, the better it is. Yes,
economically,
yes, economically.
right?
You get more for less. I'm gonna put it like that.
Yes.
More for less.
Mm-hmm.
So 18-year-olds need to come on and get some life insurance and invest the difference. Because by the time that they are retirement age, if they invest the difference, they will be millionaires
Mm-hmm.
because they built up all that money plus the interest that has built up in it. So yes,
Okay.
they
So Mary, so my next question would be, I think I want to ask this question. Did the life insurance and preparing the families for what, the unforeseen, but also making sure that they're in a solid place, a sustainable place, because grief has no expiration date.
correct,
It has no expiration date, and people go through trauma and grief and all of these things, and to understand the importance of this life insurance is to prepare the family for the unexpected, and also put them in a sustainable position, right?
mhm,
So my next question would be, what if, because a lot of people are afraid to get insurance because of their pre-existing conditions.
correct. So let me put it to you this way. This is what happened. So if you have a pre-existing condition, we will put the application in, but we will put it in COD because we don't know what the underwriting is. We don't have, I don't have access to your medical records. So they will go through all your medical records. Now, that's not saying that you can't get issued.
So
You
what
might,
does COD mean?
okay, COD means collect on delivery.
Okay.
That it will delay your payment. That's what it
Okay.
means. It'll delay your payment until the policy is issued. Once the policy is issued, then they'll ask for the banking information and
Okay.
they will send out forms and they will send it through. But they won't send it through until it's been issued.
Okay.
hmm So
Okay.
it's not saying that because you have a pre-existing condition that you can't get issued. It all depends on the medical bureau.
Okay. Because I know a lot of people, so like let's just say if someone had lupus, or someone had cancer. You understand what I'm saying? ha- because that a lot of that will be a issue with, well, I already know I got an issue, or respiratory issue. I already know I got high blood pressure. I already know that I have AIDS, HIV. What happens in those situations? Because you can share your company's information whenever you're ready, but some companies don't even look at you if you have.
Correct. We do. We look at everything. Like
Okay.
I said, we put the application in, collect on delivery, COD, and they will look at your medical background. They will, and that's what determines whether it gets issued or not. My sister has lupus, but she got issued. But we have something called rated, and what rated means is it's just going to be a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
That's your premium is going to be a little higher because of the risk.
Okay.
Because you have lupus. And then when you get a policy, you have to remember that you have a 2-year contestability period when you get a
Mm-hmm.
policy. So that means um, I got to make sure I cross my T's, dot my I's, everything is correct on the policy because if that person passes away, got to make sure everything is right because they can contest it. So we don't want them to contest that at all. But things happen within that 2 years. Let's say they don't have anything, but
Mm-hmm.
then a year and a half in of having that, and the person passes away, they will pay out. They'll pay
Okay.
out because I had everything in place from the beginning.
Okay. Okay.
So they pay
Because I know that normally is a very problematic process for our community. Can I say that?
yes,
For our community, for
yes,
our people, they don't want to, they don't want the fact that their medical illness is causing them a denial, and they're feeling rejected before they even apply. You know what I mean? Because of the way the insurance programs are set.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when we talk about this, now my next question is, even with the pre-existing conditions, if you have a father, um, like I said, with lupus or cancer or stem cells issues or whatever that problem is, what would apprehend them from being able to get insurance for their children? Even if they were not insurable, could they get insurance for their children?
Oh, most definitely. That would not stop them. Everybody's an individual. So that would not stop them as long as they're 18 and over. If they're not 18 and if they're 18 and under, they would have to be a rider on the policy. And also, let me say this. Let's say a child is a rider on a policy, and if something happens to the parent before the child reaches 18, the company pays for that child's policy until they're 18 years old. Other insurance companies don't do that, but we do that. So yes, they can still get a policy. Yes, that would not have anything to do with it.
So if okay, wait. So if the parent is not insurable
Hmm.
and the children are under 18, the children cannot get a policy.
No,
Okay.
no, we have to get
Okay.
someone else to that's
Okay.
insured. Hmm. Hmm. And let me put this out with the blood pressure. If you take one, I think it's one or two pills for blood pressure, you still can get insured. They ask you for three or more, if you're taking three or more, it's not saying that you won't get insured, but you might get rated.
Okay.
That out there.
And so explain rated just a little bit more to give people a better understanding what rated mean.
Okay, so rated is okay. Let me take example for the high blood pressure. So I have high blood pressure,
Okay.
and so I take four pills for my high blood pressure. So the
Okay.
company looks at my medical records and they come back and they say, "Oh, we have to rate you," which means my premium is going to be higher. That's what rated really means. Your
Okay.
premium is higher than what I quoted you originally. That's what that means because I'm more of a risk. I'm a higher risk because I'm taking
Hmm.
four or five high blood pressure pills versus one or two. And that's what rated means.
But now I got another question. I got another question, Mayor. So
With
they can also be rated if they have points on their driver's license. Is that correct?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, because that's also for them a sign that possible car crashes or something like that could be that could be an issue. DUIs, DWIs, all of those things could have you, not to say that you're not insurable, but you can be rated.
Correct. And all of that is on our application. So all those questions that you're asking about the DUI, that is on the application. So that's why I said we have to
Does
be
that make
very,
sense?
yes, it makes sense.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
I can.
Okay. I don't know if I can hear you though.
Hmm. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Okay.
So if you guys can hear me, give me some thumbs up because I'm not sure something's going on my end. I got a lot of activity. I'm really just trying to. Can you hear me, Mary?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So um that's another thing. So now just tell me this, and we're pretty much done. And we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again
Oh,
in a couple of weeks. All right, because I think this is necessary for our community to know, our community to be educated. If you have questions about life insurance, questions about the importance of making sure that you and your family is insured, how to insure your elderly, how do you understand? Because we have elderly family members and things of that nature, and they need to be insured as well. You just have to make sure all of your documents and paperwork is in order. If you are the power of attorney, all of those things are necessary to be in order to make sure that your loved one can be insured. The next question that I have is, could you please explain the for our listening audience, the difference between whole life insurance and term life insurance?
Sure. So with whole life insurance, you pay for two things, but you only get one. The thing is, you're paying for the term insurance and you're paying for the cash value. Everybody gets excited about the cash value, but your money doesn't build up into your cash value account until like the fifth year that you have that policy. And after that fifth year, it only builds up a little bit, not much. So with um, with my company, what we do is, like I said, we buy term insurance and invest the difference, and everything goes to you. In the whole life policy, when you surrender the policy, you do not get everything that you put in. Everything that's built up, you do not get that. Also, if you borrowed from it, because you can borrow your money, this is your money that's in there. If you borrow your money, you have to pay that money back. So is it yours if you borrow it? No, but you have to pay that money back. So let's say that you borrow some money and something happened. They're going to take that amount of money, subtract it from your death benefit. So you're getting less money. We don't do that. We do not do that. Whatever you have in there is yours. Also, um, with the whole life, when that person passes away, the company keeps the money. Did you hear what I said? The company keeps the money. With our company, we give the family the money. So is that your money if they keep the money? Did you want a whole life policy like that? Who would want that? But people do get whole life policies because that's what we were used to back in the day. That's what our mothers and grandmothers and great grandmothers got, was whole life policies, because that's all they knew. But now
Okay.
when you know better, you do better. So that's the difference. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Anissa? Can you hear me?
Okay.
You hear
So
me?
I hope this was informative enough, right? Because I think it's important. We need to know um, what it is that we're looking forward to, what we're setting our families up for. This education is important. And I think our communities need to know how important it is to have life insurance and have coverage for our family and our loved ones, not just because they'll pass away or when they pass away, but how to maintain and be self sufficient, especially if your parent, spouse, or child to take care of your 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 adult parents. That information is necessary, and don't think it's too late. Never think it's too late. Don't tell yourself you're too old to get insurance, or it's too late to get insurance. Now, I believe that there is a cap to initiate insurance. If I'm right, it's 80 years old. Am I correct,
No,
Mary?
it's 70 years old. 70 years old. If you already have a policy, you're good till you're 95, but it's 70 years old is the cap. Can you
Okay.
hear me? Put your thumb up if you can
Okay.
hear me.
Okay. Okay, so now we know we got the information, and we won't be a lost people, because the Bible says we're destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And today we don't lack the knowledge. We have the knowledge. So Mary, if you can give your information, because you're able to insure in both Illinois and Indiana. Um, if you guys need her, she's reputable. I'm telling you, she is. She's been my insurance agent for I don't even know how long, and we've been rocking for a minute. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this time, and we've already scheduled that we'll do this once a month. We just want people empowered. We want people to understand the importance, but we also want you to get coverage. Um, and if you need her to come out, because she's going to come and do a seminar with us in the month of March. So if you want to be a part of that, you can. If you wanted to come to your church, and to your place of employment and businesses, she can do that as well, because she is a financial representative, but she also writes insurance. So, Mary, give your information, and thank
Sure.
you.
You're welcome. It's Mary Williams. My phone number is 312-753-9505. My email address is marywilliams1541 at att.net. I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. That's 312-753-9505.
Okay, listen, thank you all so much for tuning in, chiming in. Listen, she'll be back with us on next month, and she's going to give us some more information. And if you got questions, drop them in the comment area, and we promise to have those answers for you right away. Thank you all again. Have a good day, be blessed, and be empowered, but also get your business in order. Thank you, Mary.
Welcome. Thank you. Bye bye.